Hi guys, it's Heather with Your Sassy Chef, and today I am sharing with you my super easy, super delicious yellow curry beef. Now, I love this recipe because it takes pretty much less than 30 minutes to make. I already went ahead and chopped my zucchini and my squash, just because that's all the vegetables I felt like dealing with right now. I sliced up my onion and my garlic, and right now I have my ground beef cooking with a little bit of onion and garlic already. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt and pepper. Now, whenever I add salt and pepper to a dish, I like to add it in a bullseye formation so that way it covers the entire surface of what's going on in my pan. And I am going to chop up my beef with my mix and chop. If you guys don't have one of these, you need to get one. It's a game changer, and I'll put a link in the caption to this video at the bottom. So I'm smashing up my ground beef so that it cooks evenly and brown all the way through. Now, I have a piece of ginger that's about the size of my thumb times 2. I like a lot of ginger. And I went ahead and peeled it already, but I peeled it with a knife. I don't like using a vegetable peeler for ginger because ginger is all like weird shapes, and it's just easier to slice off one side of the ginger so it creates a flat surface, and then you can kind of slice it along the sides. So with my microplane, again, if you don't have a microplane, you guys need one because it is a game changer. The reason why is because you can grate these fresh flavors directly into your pan, and there's nothing better than fresh ginger in curry. I freaking love it. Fresh ginger on everything. I'm big on ginger and I'm big on citrus, and we're gonna put some lime in this curry beef as well. So I'm gonna put most of this ginger in my curry. Now, I like my curries to be sweet. Traditionally, curries made, Thai curries especially, that you want your curry to be a little sweet. And ginger sweetens up the dish. So I'm just gonna grate this in here. And my beef is getting nice and brown. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. Oh, this takes so long. How is your quarantine going, you guys? We're maintaining. You know, we're doing all right. We're figuring out our groove. Me and Isaac and Jared, I noticed that all three of us like alone time, and we very much appreciate it. So we kind of come together at meal times and like at night and go to just watch a movie and then like go for a family walk. But aside from that, we're pretty much doing our own thing, which is just how it would be, you know, if we weren't in a quarantine anyway. So, all right. I probably have about 1.5 tablespoons of ginger in here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that and set it aside. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I'm going to add some Bragg's liquid aminos. If you don't like to do aminos, or if you don't have aminos, you can do like a low sodium gluten-free soy sauce. You can do coconut aminos. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. And then I'm going to add some curry powder. Now, I love yellow curry because you can pretty much get it from any grocery store. And yellow curry has a really nice soft flavor. It's not so like chalky like a red curry or a green curry. And I'm adding about 1.5 tablespoons of yellow curry powder. This is a teaspoon. 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. So I'm putting about like 5 teaspoons in here. Yellow curry. I'm gonna set this aside. And then I'm gonna mix and chop with my mix and chop. Now this is starting to smell very delicious. And there wasn't a whole lot of fat in this ground beef to begin with, so I don't necessarily have to drain the fat, and I want that flavor in my curry. I think it makes it more robust. So now that my beef is nice and brown the way we want it, I'm gonna add my onion, my sliced onions, and then I'm going to add my veg. I'm just gonna put that all in right here. Now, this would be at the time to have a different tool or to use a different tool. Like tongs would be a good example for this. So that way you can get everything mixed in. You can mix it all in. And you just want to mix this in until the vegetables kind of start becoming somewhat caramelized and soft. We can add a little more salt and pepper at this point. because we need to get those veggies and those onions to have flavor when you take a bite into them. And salt is a flavor enhancer. So if you don't add salt to your food, it's not going to taste good. That's why you always want to use Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan salt, because that is the healthiest form of salt there is. And also it has about like 84 electrolytes in it, so it's also hydrating as well. We use Soleil water in my household. So what we do is we take big old rocks of Himalayan salt and infuse them in water and let that charge overnight and infuse overnight. And then we'll take a tablespoon of it and add it to our water. Let me show you what it looks like. So this basically has like the same equivalent of hydration to a Gatorade without all the sugar. You don't want sugar. Sugar's bad. Sugar, not good for us. All right, here we go. So we're gonna mix this up. Natural sugars are okay. I just literally ate a whole container of raspberries before I started this video. And I'm like, whatever, it's raspberries. It's not like it's cookies. Not that I haven't ate a whole container of cookies, because I have. But all I'm saying is natural sugars are better than processed sugars. All right, so that's looking really good. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little more salt and pepper, and don't worry, you guys, I'm gonna put this all in recipe format, and it's gonna be on my blog, so you don't have to be like, how much salt did she put in? It'll all be written down. Okay, now I am a vinegar freak. I love vinegar. I think that it brightens up every dish. It brightens up a dish. It gives it a nice finish, a nice light finish. So I'm gonna add a tablespoon of vin to my curry. And then I'm going to add some garlic. This is about 3 teaspoons of garlic. Garlic and onion in everything. I learned that from my mom and dad. Garlic and onion in every single thing. We had a friend over and they wanted to make dinner for us. And they didn't put onion and garlic in their food. And my mom was like, where's the flavor? Plus it's good for your immune system. So add that stuff in. Alrighty. My curry is looking delicious. Now, we are going to add the coconut milk. It's going to be so good. All right, now I like to add, so 1 can is about equivalent to 2 cups of coconut milk. 15 ounces, yeah. So I have like, I usually buy a big can of coconut milk from Restaurant Depot, and then I'll just put it in ball jars and just let it sit in my fridge. So this is why I have this big thing of coconut milk. I'm gonna add 1 more. So this is about 3 cups of coconut milk, you guys. Now this is full fat coconut milk. Full fat coconut milk is where the flavor is. I mean, you can use light, it's not gonna taste as good. And some people are worried about the calories, but I'm like, just don't eat garbage then. I mean, this is coconut milk, this is a healthy fat. I'm gonna put it on a simmer, and we're just gonna let this simmer, and while this is simmering, I'm gonna add some fresh lime zest with my microplane. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this. And again, this is gonna give that nice light flavor at the end. It's gonna brighten up the dish. Lime zest. Sorry, for a second I forgot that I was recording. All right. Okay, here's some lime zest. Now, whenever you zest lime into a dish, you want to make sure that you only get the green flesh, the green skin. If you start getting this white pith, this white membrane, then it's going to turn bitter. So, green part only. Green part only. And then once you get all the zest in your dish, all you're going to do is just cut it in half. And you're going to squeeze the juice in. Super easy. This is painless, right? This is not hard. This is not hard. You can have a delicious, gourmet, healthy meal at home without having to spend an arm and a leg and spending too much time in the kitchen. Okay, I'm gonna set aside my mix and chop. I don't need that. I'm gonna set aside my microplane because I don't need that anymore, and I want to clean my space as I go so I don't have a bunch of junk everywhere. I tend to be a messy cook, a messy chef, but I am I am learning as I go, you guys. I am changing my habits. So we're squeezing this directly in. And then I'm gonna add another dash of salt and pepper. So I can put this away. I'm just set this aside right now. A little more salt and pepper. And then now it's starting to come to a simmer. And then you also want to make sure that you only keep the heat at medium because squash and zucchini will cook very fast and you don't want it to be mushy. You still want to have a little bit of a bite. A little bit of tooth. Okay. Let me get my spoon so we can try it. All right. Yum, yum. It's delicious. It's perfect. What I love about beef and coconut together, and it has that sweet, bold flavor. So that's why there's so much going on in this dish, is because we have the boldness from the beef, the sweetness from the coconut and the ginger, and that little kind of warm, spicy bite from the curry. So I had rice noodles already cooked in my fridge. Now you can put this over a bed of rice noodles. If you're doing low carb, you can do cauli rice, really pretty much whatever you guys want to do. It's entirely up to you. My only suggestion that is if you were to cook rice and pair this with rice, make sure that you get the rice going before you even start the curry. So by the time the curry is over, your rice is done cooking and everything is ready to go. So you can eat right away and that'll make your meal take less than 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat off. I'm gonna look for my tongs. What? No, this is not a tong, this is a spoon. This is a ladle, to be exact. Sorry, don't know where my head is at lately. Okay, so I'm just gonna ladle my yellow curry beef directly on top of my rice noodles. Look how gorgeous this is. I'm gonna put this up to the camera so you guys can see it. It is lovely. It is so lovely. Curry is so lovely. That's the word for it. It's so good. And I just love the colors. You can add, you know what, at the end, if you wanted a little more veg, you can always add like a cup of spinach at the end and just let the spinach wilt on its own. If you need a little more meat than this, you can actually add, I could have put 2 things of ground beef in here with the 3 cups of yellow curd, 3 cups of coconut milk, and it still would have been enough, you know? So I'm going to add some jalapenos on top. And I've got my cilantro already chopped. And here is my yellow curry beef with squash and zucchini over rice noodles. How quick was that? My timer says 13 minutes. We cooked it in 13 minutes, you guys. We did a pretty good job. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a fork. I'm gonna take a bite. And I'm gonna tell you how delicious this is. And I can't wait for you to make it at home. So good. Yellow curry beef over rice noodles with zucchini, squash, and jalapeno. Mwah. Ta-da. It's delicious. I will share the recipe with you guys. Thank you for indulging me. This is Eating Clean on Quarantine, and I hope to do more of these videos sooner than later. I've gotten a little lazy on my video content, but I have more tricks up my sleeve. So thank you so much, you guys, and I will talk to you soon.